I wanted to work with a supplier partner I respect.
I wanted a partner who respected me.
SRS Distribution delivers more than building products. SRS delivers customer success.
Welcome to the Roofing and Exteriors Influencer Series. Throughout the series, we'll bring you video interviews filmed live at the International Roofing Expo from thought leaders. On this episode, I'm speaking with Mischa Fisher, who's the Chief Economist for Angie. Mischa, thank you for joining us. So we'll start with the housing and roofing markets. What's driving that right now?
There's a couple things driving it right now. And I think everybody who's listening in and watching or at the conference knows that it's been a boom year for the entire housing sector and all the sectors related to it. On the commercial side, it's a little bit more complicated, but fundamentally what's driving the residential side long-term is demographics. We've got a big wave of young people entering that peak family formation, peak child-rearing, peak professional growth stages of their careers. And what that means is that there's a lot of demand for housing. And even if you are a commercial roofer dealing with existing buildings, that's about as far in the construction industry as you can get from being in residential housing, that still means that you're competing for the same materials, the same talent as the sector that's booming. So what's driving it long-term are those demographics. Short-term, we've also seen a really big impact from the pandemic and the big gain in home equity and low interest rates that have also juiced consumer spending in a way that really allows people to spend a lot. On the commercial side, it's a little bit of a different story. The big drivers there are going to be the not so much construction necessarily of new commercial office buildings, but it might be buildings located outside of the city center in office parks. It could be a lot of distribution centers are booming. And then vacations and hotels and premium resorts, I think, are also doing pretty well.
That's great. You mentioned consumer spending. That leads to my question, what's shaping that consumer spending behavior?
There's the big thing that's shaping it short-term right now is a bunch of people who just bought a bunch of new houses now need all things for those houses. That house that they bought was an existing house, and most of the homes sold that are out there are existing. It's about a 6-to-1 ratio of new versus existing homes that are sold. And so if you are in that market, then you've just got a whole bunch of new consumers because all that stuff has gone up. On the other hand, for people who are already in their homes, they've been able to refinance their mortgages, which is making them cash flow rich. They've also seen a big bump in home equity because home prices have gone up. And the leverage return on that equity can be quite strong. So I think for anybody who's in the market for providing premium roofing materials in particular, I think it should be a healthy couple of years.
It's great information, and we focused on the now. I want to then switch it over to the future. What are the trends that industry professionals can expect to see this year and beyond?
I think you'll see a couple of trends. One is continued product diversification. It's a great time to provide a range of options because those manufacturers are coming out of the gate with a lot of options, right? You see this around the trades floor. You've got all these different product varieties for underlayments, for what sort of shingles you're putting up there. Solar is this big new, growing market that I think will be quite robust. As well as you've got integrated materials, you've got a growing consumer focus on what's sustainable. So the one big one I would say is increasing product diversity will be critical, I think, for every successful business. They'll want to make sure they provide a range of options. The other trend that they should be aware of is labor is going to probably remain pretty tight, and they should really be thinking through what their strategy is to recruit and retain.
Things to look forward to, right?
Exactly.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We needed a partner with employees who care as much as we do.
I wanted a partner that would help me grow my business.
SRS Distribution delivers more than building products. SRS delivers customer success.